Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming today. I first want to recognize all the amazing caregivers who support our loved ones. Please stand up. Please stand up, please. Your dedication deserves our applause and admiration. Daddy, stand up. Caregivers, please stand up. Please stand up and show yourselves because you deserve it. Thank you all so much. I'm Esther Blair Schiffman. I'm 26 years old. I'm a little shaky. I grew up in New Jersey, and now I live here in New York City. Today I want to share a deeply personal story with my mom's decade-long journey with Alzheimer's. Before I dive in, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the extraordinary CaringKind team, Eleonora, Anne, and Courtney especially. Your impact on families around the world, unwavering support, has given me the courage to speak up. And I'm sure many others feel the same. Most people feel lost and alone, dealing with this complex disease, and your work is unmeasurable. Thank you for nominating me for a Caregivers Award. Your recognition means the world, and I'm so blessed to know all of you. A special thanks to my daddy, who never takes a day off work, for coming all this way to be here today. I'm really glad you came. You're my best friend, and I love you beyond words. You're the most honorable man. And your unconditional love and support for me and our family is never taken for granted. You are so strong and positive no matter what, and you laugh every single day, and it's a huge reason why we're all okay. I also want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all of you. My friends and family who have come here today, thank you so much. I want to honor, and we're honoring our caregivers. Together, we are not just raising awareness, but actively combating the impact of this terrible disease that has affected too many lives. Your support and love is essential and always appreciated, and I hold on to hope that one day we will find a cure. I can't thank you enough. No one deserves to deal with these difficult situations alone. In embracing Caregivers Awareness Month, let's commit to making a lasting impact, not just this month, but throughout our daily lives. Let's share stories, engage in meaningful conversations, and become advocates for those who dedicate their lives to the well-being of others. Let's be proactive in understanding how we can fight this disease together. Now, let me share a glimpse into the extraordinary life of my mom, Abby Schiffman, a true badass and a bit of a nerd. With a degree in English from Tufts University, she left an impeccable mark showing working for renowned companies like IBM, Johnson & Johnson, and Coca-Cola. Collaborating with Olympic stars, influential artists, and even launching the famous Cabbage Patch doll. She was a force of nature in PR and advertising. She wrote articles and speeches for important people in publications like the Wall Street Journal, and she would have probably been really helpful for me right about now. Her passion for wellness, women's rights, painting, playing the guitar, traveling, interior design, skiing, and family added color to her bubbly personality. When I asked a few of my family members to describe her, they all say, even from a young age, she was so smart. and completely amazing. She always was taking classes and learning. Her love for people and education was the foundation of who she was as a person. She always had a smile on her face, and she was always laughing. Excuse me, when I was writing this, it was hard for me to figure out whether to use my words in past or present tense. And everyone who understands Alzheimer's knows exactly what I mean. My mom's positive spirit and loud, funny laugh made everyone happy, and she truly is unforgettable. She's also a proud member of the Jewish community and was upset that she never had her bat mitzvah. But it was a proud moment for her to see both my brother and me make those life accomplishments. I'm so proud to be her daughter. She is a mosaic of an incredibly remarkable woman. By the way, this is my first time ever speaking publicly about my mom and my family situation. And it's been really emotional. I really thought about why it's been so hard to speak up. But besides it being obviously painful, I realized a few reasons why I've not felt 100% comfortable. I'm not able to ask my mom if it's okay to talk about her disease. It's her disease, not mine. The struggle between not sharing to preserve the privacy of my mom and my family, but the depressing effect of not talking about it, keeping it in for so long, has been the most challenging. Having to act like everything is normal, which it hasn't been for a long time. The impact it's had on my younger brother, Sam, my father, and me has been devastating for our whole family. She was diagnosed so young with early onset Alzheimer's when I was in 8th grade and my brother in 4th grade. She just turned 64 this past October, and we are currently dealing with the last stages of this disease. It's terrible, terrible disease. When I was a kid, my mom would drive us everywhere, as most moms do. She was still driving at a certain point, and she drove somewhere without telling anyone, and we couldn't find her. We literally lost her. She was gone, and we were driving around scared. You can imagine thinking of the worst possible case scenarios. Our prayers were answered, and thank God someone realized that something was off and called us off her cell phone. It was in that moment that we knew that she could not drive anymore. In 2015, I packed up a van with all my things to move down to Savannah, Georgia, to start my college journey at the Savannah College of Art and Design to study advertising and branding with a focus in photography and graphic design. As we were packing up the car, my dad took a photo of my mom hugging me goodbye with a tear in her eye, smiling with pride and happiness. Little did I know, that moment was the last time I can really remember her acknowledging me leaving. It was scary and hard for me to come home every break to see my mom's decline. I remember coming home one break from school. And the aide at the time that was taking care of my mom, she wasn't paying attention. I found my mom holding knives in her hands, walking around the house. This was traumatic, to say the least. It was really hard to control what she would grab and touch around the house. And we started calling her Grabby Abby out of love to make light of the situation. And this was my family's way of coping. She was always moving and touching random items around the house due to the complexity of this disease. It was hard to watch. This is when I knew things were getting bad, and there needed to be some changes made. Not only for the well-being of my mom, but for our small family. When I graduated from school in 2019, things were very different. I knew that my situation at home was very unique for a 22-year-old girl like me, and I felt very, very alone. When all my friends were getting cool jobs and starting their careers after college, I was faced with two options. I could either focus on starting my career, or I could go home and take care of my family. I chose what I knew at the bottom of my heart was the right thing to do. Go back home and be a caregiver. My family means everything to me, and I will do anything and everything in my power to make their lives as easy and comfortable as possible. Caregiving isn't just about the person in need. It's really not. Caregiving means the whole family as well. I was dedicated to making things better at home. I could tell my dad was overwhelmed and he needed my help. And I stepped in looking to make a big difference. I hired new care, I decluttered the house, and spent more time with my mom, going on hikes and finding ways to engage with her and stimulate her mind. I can go on and on. The work and emotional energy that is spent taking care of loved ones who have Alzheimer's or dementia is beyond words that I can describe. It's complex, confusing. Every single family situation is so different. Every mind is so different. Thanks, guys. Bear with me. Only a few weeks ago, my mom almost died of pneumonia. My first interaction with CaringKind was only 1 week prior. 1 week. At the annual walk in Central Park with all my friends. 20 of my friends came. It was amazing. It was so fun. Everyone was there. It felt really meant to be. Without the resources that CaringKind has given me and my family, even after knowing each other only 1 week, they stepped up and provided me and my family. They stepped up and provided for my family in a time of such uncertainty and pain. And you checked in on us. We shared long phone calls. You guys are always on standby, giving us resources and comfort when we all had no idea what was going to happen next. As I said earlier, my mom is in her final stages of this disease. I can't speak for her, but I know how grateful she is for the care that she has been given. Not everyone is as fortunate as she is. That's why it's so important that you guys are all here tonight, or today. Each of us have a different reality related to Alzheimer's or dementia. But it seems that everyone has one thing in common. We all have a brain, and it could be any one of us. I know this disease is not my mom, and because of who she was, who she is, and what she's still going through, I've become who I am. Everyone has a different relationship and involvement with their loved ones. Everyone. We grow and learn from each other. By sharing our stories, it brings light into this darkness. I encourage everyone to practice sharing and using your voice. It matters. I recognize by sharing my story that people actually want to listen. Thank you. And it's been very healing for me personally. I truly hope my story has brought some light into your life today, and I hope you find the courage and strength to share yours too. Please donate to organizations like CaringKind. They are doing God's work. Together, we will put an end to this disease and give support that's so desperately needed to families struggling that are looking for essential guidance, resources, compassion, and love like they did for mine. The universe brings us together for many different reasons. I know a lot of you are in the fashion industry, and so am I. And I'm looking for new opportunities. And I would love to connect with you and hear your stories too. Thank you all so much.